Fire Goddess. Along the shore. A presumed securely blockaded portal near the jagged cliff at the ocean's edge remained a region the gods and goddesses worried would be another easily opened gateway for their enemies to enter. Patrols had been ordered, and the 12 heirs to the throne were assigned this dangerous burden. As the primary heir apparent, the archer fire goddess was appointed as general. She had chosen the lion fire god as her second in command. They began this day's patrol on horseback along the shore beneath the cliff, while 2 deities of the air patrolled in the sky above the cliff in their dragon form. All seemed as quiet as the day before. The lion had often contemplated how to broach his question carefully in order to conceal his intentions, but in lieu of recent events, he discarded such caution. She respects honesty. As they came to a rest point during their search, he asked her, "Archer, have you made your choice yet regarding the throne?" She looked at him, studying him, and cocked her head to the side. "In which manner?" He smiled. Her inquisitive observation skills were a stronger lure than her attempting intuition. "In the manner of choosing your consort." Direct approach. "Ah," she sighed. She was dreading the fallout of that impending decision. The time for the throne to pass to an heir is not yet at hand. She fixed her ice-blue eyes directly upon his green eyes. "And we are both aware of the likely reactions that choice will entail." Indeed. He had heard grumblings when she was selected as next in line. She was the only one of the 12 unwavered and unsurprised on the solstice night that it had been decreed. "Our current concern is ensuring the portals remain blockaded. If the enemy passes through, our plane becomes vulnerable." She was rigid on this duty. "Have we actual reason for this grave concern?" He looked up at the jagged cliff. If portals exist, were they originally meant to be gateways? She followed her gaze up the side of the cliff. "As long as I can recall, we've needed to keep them closed. Is there any knowledge of them being doorways, safe and not treacherous as we have been instructed?" "Not that I have yet discovered." She looked back at him. "I've been attempting to access the vault." His eyebrows raised. "You found its location?" She nodded. "I believe so. On the morning of the solstice, I found a cavern in another cliff in the north with a strange waterfall. Behind it was... It's hard to describe, but we may be wrong about keeping these portals closed. But in the meantime, we have a duty to follow, and the enemy has been extremely aggressive when they've breached our plane." She paused. "And there's more." Suddenly, a shrieking sound blasted through the air, and the entire cliff and the sand beneath their horses trembled. "What was that?" "We're going to need the others." Her silver and gold armor began to glow fiery hot with flames as she dismounted her horse and, tapping his hindquarters, sent her black stallion towards the sea for his safety. She clasped her blood-red bracelets together, closed her eyes to issue the summons. The lion followed her lead of dismounting his black stallion and sent him along with the other horse into the waves of the sea. His silver and gold armor also took on its flame-like appearance. He felt compelled to ask, "Can you show me the vault that you may have found?" She looked at him strangely momentarily, then carefully masked her emotions before answering. She was unsure if she should trust him after seeing what she had seen there. "It wasn't there after the solstice passed. For lack of a better explanation, it seemed to have disappeared. The cavern has a typical waterfall with nothing behind it but rock every time I've returned there since that morning." A thunderous boom sounded, and a glowing flash of violet light exploded in the sky. 8 dragons now flew towards them, and the 2 air dragons hovered above them waiting. Archer and Lion took on their dragon form and joined them in the sky as the cliff and the sandy shore again trembled.